How some people can tolerate the cold better than others. I think it's just a personal preference thing. I used to be fat, but lost a lot of weight a while ago. I still prefer the cold, dislike warm weather. I consider 70°F too warm. 40°-60°F year-round would be perfect in my opinion. Fun fact, it is a common practice for Scandinavian parents to leave their babies sleeping outside in the cold. Sometimes they will park the stroller outside of a pub in the snow, go and have a pint, and come back to retrieve their sleeping babies. They say they do this to accumulate the babies to the constant cold winters in the countries, and there is some evidence that children who sleep outside sleep better and get sick less often than indoor sleepers. I kinda like being chilly. It's not that I don't feel it, I just enjoy the feeling. But I hate feeling warm. And some can tolerate heat. I cannot. Hormones also make a difference. I live somewhere fairly cold. Some people coming from warmer climates build cold tolerance within a few months, and some people never do. It's hard for me to tolerate cold, and on a cold day if I touch somebody else they will comment that my hand is freezing cold, while I steal their warmth. Brown fat. Babies have brown fat. It's brown cause it's loaded with mitochondria, which helps them regulate body temp and stay warm. These reduce dramatically in number as we age. But people who spend time in cold climates tend to accumulate more. For some it's a state of mind thing I guess. I think it's probably in your head. I tend to run hot physically, but mentally I hate the cold. There are several factors. Be tall and skinny makes you a bit colder, and being short and fat makes you warmer. Being active and having some muscles can keep you warm easier, at least when you are moving. Being healthy and don't smoke and such helps you keep arms and legs warm. Then also the body gets used to the environment and can take some days, and you need to be exposed to the environment during that time also. And that goes to both warmth and cold. Skin colors don't do anything for cold. Darker skin can help you not to get burned in the sun as easy, can still do, but a bit harder, and that is kinda the only difference. Lighter skins can more easily absorb D vitamin, meaning you don't need as much sunlight. Genetics don't do anything other than maybe help you be more fit or not. Where you grow up don't do much, but can have given you knowledge to handle it better, but that you can also learn later. But in a harsh environment you can get used to pushing yourself a bit more. I was waiting in line for a shuttle a couple months ago. It was 30 degrees and the sun just went down. Attendant was wearing a short sleeve shirt. I asked him if he's from Alaska or something. He told me about how he used to do maintenance in freezers that were 30 below. He had to be in them for hours at a time. After that it's tough to think of anything as cold. I have genetic circulation disorder, peripheral vascular diseases like Raynaud's, tiny veins. Phlebotomists struggle with tall and thin, and connective tissue disorder makes it hard to build muscle. Everything is too stretchy and flexible. All of the above probably, but I think growing up in a certain environment helps the most. Circulation has a lot to do with it. Notice how older people, and particularly smokers, are always bundled up like crazy. I love in a fairly warm climate yet still manage to have a higher cold tolerance than seemingly most people who live in climates like it. I wanted to get that cold tolerance. The way I did it is by training myself to tolerate the colder better by using cold water in the shower. I started off with the water steaming hot in the shower, maximum heat, but then after a while I would turn the temperature down a bit. After time passed, I would keep regularly turning the temperature down a notch until I couldn't stand how cold it was anymore. I kept doing this for a time. I don't remember if it was weeks or months, but I noticed change. I would be able to tolerate colder temperatures in the shower, and surely enough in outdoor weather too. My parents would criticize me for wearing fewer layers than them, so I told them if I wore a jacket in weather above a certain temperature I would sweat, which was true. After I had gone through the cold tolerance training, when people would check my body temperature at doctors' offices, etc., I found out that my normal body temperature had gone up to a degree above the average normal human body temperature. There you have two answers: specific training for cold tolerance and higher than average normal body temperature. They are used to it. I think it's the body temp too. Some people get cold easily, some get hot easily. I set my thermostat at 60 Fahrenheit in the winter and 80 in the summer, and generally find myself more comfortable outside than other people. I think humans in general adjust fairly easily. That being said, when it comes to cold, having fat muscle for insulation helps. Environment. I've been in Ohio for so long, I can handle it. My brother who grew up in Florida a lot can't. It also depends if you eat enough or not, since your body can burn food for warmth. I keep it super cold in my house in the winter, and I remember skipping lunch one day and I started to shiver after going too long without eating. I saw a video explaining that, but don't remember everything. More prone to cold if depressed, stressed, sad, tall, skinny, tired.